Yeah, that's nice.
What's up, guys? It's Rev J again. It's very early in the morning for me, and like 7:30. It's not that bad. Got my coffee, and I am in the Rebuild Everything Yukon right now, going back up to meet with my guy Ryan. I introduced you guys to Ryan, I think a video or two ago. He is the owner of that LS3 powered Corvette rear end C10. Very cool project. So I'm going back up to meet with him. I'm going to help him out with a few projects on that, but he called me the other day. So he was giving me shit, right? My project hasn't moved anywhere in a little while. As you guys know, I've been doing stuff here on the Yukon, so the rebuild on the 66 on the Hatred Copter hasn't come as far. Part of the reason for that is that I've got that big old dent in the back of the cab wall. If you guys follow me on Instagram and stuff, I've put some videos up on it. It's kind of the thing that has me stuck right now because my options are limited to either trying to pull this big sort of wrinkled dent out or working around it, like just manufacturing a patch. They don't make a patch panel for it. Or finding the rear of a donor cab, basically, that I can use and do a combination of pulling out the dent and also, if I have to, using some of this donor cab to replace that metal with other OG sheet metal. So it's not repop stuff, it's original. So the problem with that has been that locating a clean rear cab wall in Wisconsin is not always the easiest. Long story short, he calls me and he goes, "Hey, I found a Suburban and a truck of your vintage at a junkyard not that far from here. I know the guy that owns the place. He'll give you the back of the cab for 40 bucks, because I guess the cab's kind of thrashed." So that's awesome. So that's what we're doing today. I've got my little trailer on the back here. I'd show it to you, but it's so tiny that you can't even see it in the mirrors of the Yukon. It's so small. So that thing's kind of bouncing around back there. We're gonna go grab Ryan, and then we're gonna go cut the back of this cab off, I guess. So let's get up there, I guess, and poke around. I'm really excited to see what we're gonna find. It's Wisconsin, so I wasn't sure what to expect. But I wasn't disappointed when we got about 250 yards back onto the property and saw two full rows of classic cars and trucks. I'll definitely show you guys more of what's on the lot in a future video, but for right now, let's take a look at our donor, the Tan Turd. It's a 456 small back window truck, fleet side, definitely pretty badly chewed up. Front grill's kicked in, doors are pretty rusted here. As you guys can see, not a ton of savable parts, maybe a couple pieces of trim. Fleet side box, not in the best shape. The hood has a ding. Like most of them, it does need that little front lip repaired. You could probably make it work if you were willing to go ahead and fix that front nose, but it's got the back cab wall, the part that I need the most, in serviceable shape, and it has the window too, kind of as a bonus. The interior on this thing is destroyed. The seats, there's no floor left. A couple serviceable components from the dash, but not much. The back cab wall that I'm worried about, well, that at least is decent. The floor is rusted away, but the upper 2/3, the inner panel, the back glass, it's all there. Because of just how bad this thing was, Ryan and I didn't feel guilty for a second about grabbing a cordless sawzall and cutting it right at the roof line. In pretty much one cut across, Ryan had the whole thing split in about 3 minutes. Because of how badly rusted the floor was, the only parts that really needed to be cut were the doubled up sheet metal areas where the original fuel tank bolted in. With one quick snip of the dome light wiring, the whole back cab wall rolled right off the frame.
this way home. There she is. Came off pretty clean.
After the relatively simple job of getting the back cab wall off, we now face the harder task of dragging the back cab wall about 250 yards through a muddy scrapyard. And once we did, we improvised sort of a solution for getting it home on my undersized trailer. Overall, guys, I think this thing is in really decent shape for what I need it for, and it only cost me 40 bucks. A big shout out to Ryan Duke for finding this thing for me. I really appreciate the help. We've got a lot more coming on his truck, a lot more coming up on the Hatred Copter C10, since of course, hey, now we've got a patch panel for it. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Check out all the playlists and all the good stuff on the channel. I'll have more in the description below. Check out my social media, it'll be on screen. We'll see you next time, guys.